While Reddit stories might not be for everyone, there's something unsettling about them that draws you in. Many of these stories are shared by people who have experienced true, unexplainable horrors, encounters with the paranormal that continue to haunt them long after. These aren't just stories, they are real-life experiences that will make you question what's out there in the darkness. Once you hear them, you won't be able to shake the fear that lingers.
Put on your headphones and step into the darkness with Noctis. I don't usually share things like this, but after what happened to me, I feel like I need to warn others. I don't care if you believe me, I just want to put this out there for anyone who might be going through something similar. A few years ago, I moved into an apartment. I won't say where it was or even what city. It doesn't matter. What matters is what happened inside. At first it was normal, quiet even, but about a month in, things started to feel wrong. It wasn't anything big, just little things. I'd hear faint knocking sounds at odd hours, like they were coming from inside the walls. I thought it was the old plumbing, or maybe rats. Then I started waking up with strange marks on my body, tiny scratches, as if I'd brushed against something sharp. They were always in places I couldn't have reached in my sleep. My back, the back of my thighs. I tried to rationalize it. Maybe I was being careless during the day and didn't notice getting hurt, but it kept happening. The worst part was when I started feeling watched. It's hard to explain, but it was like someone was in the room with me, standing just out of sight. I'd turn around, expecting to see someone, but there was no one. Things escalated when I began waking up in the middle of the night to what felt like hands pressing down on my chest. I couldn't move, couldn't breathe. The room would feel colder than usual, and I'd hear faint whispers, too soft to make out any words, but close enough to send chills down my spine. I told some friends about it, and they convinced me to see a doctor. The doctor said I had sleep paralysis and a condition called dermographism. Apparently, it explained the scratches. He said my skin was so sensitive that even light pressure could leave marks. I wanted to believe him, I really did. But the more I tried to ignore it, the worse things got. One night, I woke up to find my bed shaking. I'm not exaggerating. It was like someone was grabbing the bed frame and violently rocking it back and forth. I turned on the light and everything stopped, but the scratches on my body were deeper that night, so deep they bled. I stopped sleeping after that. I'd stay up all night with the lights on, but that didn't help either. The whispers grew louder. I could feel them moving closer. Sometimes I'd see shadows dart across the room, but whenever I tried to focus on them, they'd vanish. The worst moment came about a week before I left. I was sitting at my desk, trying to distract myself with some music. Out of nowhere, I felt something grab my ankle. It wasn't gentle. It was cold, strong, and very real. I screamed and jumped up, but there was nothing there. The next morning, I found bruises around my ankle, perfect fingerprints. I called my landlord, made up some excuse, and moved out within 2 days. I didn't care about losing my deposit. I just needed to get out of there. Now, here's the part that scares me the most. Leaving didn't stop it. I thought once I left, everything would go back to normal. For a while it did, but every now and then I still hear faint knocks. I still feel like I'm being watched, even though I live in a completely different place. The whispers haven't come back, at least not yet. But I don't think it's over. Whatever it was, it's still with me. If anyone out there has been through something similar, please let me know. I can't be the only one dealing with this.